Calling the Larimer County Sheriff. This is reveal the fraud. Pass it on. I'm going to explain to them how the birth certificate and Social Security card work.
You have reached the Larimer County Sheriff's Office. If this is an emergency, hang up and dial 911. Our normal hours are Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Blah, blah, blah.
Including all legal holidays. Our address is 2501 Midpoint Drive, Fort Collins, Colorado.
Oh, we've got that.
Department, press 1. For civil process service, press 2. For the jail, press 3. For administration or any other questions, press 4. To report a crime, please hold while I
think this is the legal department.
Larimer County Sheriff's Office, business records?
Is this the legal department?
Well, it's the records section.
Okay.
We don't actually have a legal department.
Oh, okay. I couldn't hear it. I was too busy blabbing when I heard that message come up. The options. Anyway, ma'am, what I'm beginning to realize is that we enter into your jurisdiction through the birth certificate, which is voluntary.
Okay.
Do you have evidence or anything to prove otherwise?
I guess I don't understand what you're asking me.
Yeah. I believe that the birth certificate is a contract that enters us into commerce with your legal system.
We don't handle
Is that true or false?
So
Is that
we don't handle birth certificates here?
No, but you do handle the law, I'm sure.
Yes, we are a law enforcement agency.
Okay. Tell you, I have a hard time. Yeah, I want the truth. Is there any truth there?
Sir. I'm giving you the truth. I just want to know how I can help you.
Well, I want the truth. So,
Sir,
is that true or false? That the birth certificate is a contract that enters us into commerce with your legal system?
Sir, I'm going to have to hand you to someone else that might be able to help you with that. Can you hold for just a moment, please?
Sure, I appreciate your patience, ma'am.
Hold on just a second.
Okay, bye. I know I get a little rough at times. You know, I'm just so frustrated and oppressed by this system, and it's so hard to find the truth. Because this whole system is Satanism, and all they want to do is have control over you. This whole system is a system for people who cannot govern themselves, cannot live within their means, and don't trust God. That is the system that we live in. Trying to get them to recognize that we're free people is practically impossible. I'm sure with diligence I'll be able to gain that understanding if I just keep at it. But it sure is hard to reason with bankruptcy. This is how I think it works. We have a right to contract under the Constitution. We could either contract into a system that we have a privilege to drive, or we can remain under the Constitution and exercise our right to travel, and where we have unalienable rights, which means not in commerce. It all makes sense to me. I understand this so well. And they, by their ignorance, trying to force you into sexual intercourse through the birth certificate. Because whenever you're exercising your right to travel, their bankruptcy is saying, well, you have to get a driver's license. Well, driver's license is only for people who are in contract. And in order to get a driver's license, you have to have one of these, and these are voluntary. This is the key of knowledge that they will not tell you, because they will lose all power over the people. They'll know that we do not want to contract into their bankruptcy where fiat currency is money.
Larimer County Sheriff.
Yeah. I want to ask a question. I want to make a statement, and then I want to ask a question.
Okay.
I believe that the birth certificate is a contract by which we fill out and use that enters us into commerce with your legal system. Is that true or false?
Well, you don't fill out a birth certificate. That's filled out at your birth,
Yeah.
and it is considered proof of identification.
Yeah. It's voluntary. I know that.
Right?
I know that our parents don't have to fill it out. I know that. The law says a certificate of birth must be filed, but
Right.
it does not say that you have to fill it out for your child when he's born.
And that I don't know.
Yeah, I do. I've talked to many people and done a lot of research. Have you?
Okay. And how come you're asking me?
Well, what I think is happening, ma'am, is that when we use that birth certificate that was created at our birth without our knowledge and understanding of what it was, we enter into the legal system, which is a system of commerce. It's a business, a corporation. There's no law that says you have to do business. None. And once you have a birth certificate, now you become a U.S. citizen, where now you are supposed to pay for a privilege to drive, but when you're not in commerce, you have a right to travel in your automobile freely, unmolested. And I believe that you guys are in error when someone doesn't want to contract through the birth certificate, which you need to get a license, that you force commerce upon other people and say that you think in your mind, which you guys are...
Well, what I'd like to do is transfer you to somebody that's more knowledgeable in that area than I am, which would be Sergeant Harkin,
Okay.
and he's in charge of professional standards. All right, I'll...
What do you think of that? Doesn't that sound interesting?
Not anything I've ever gotten into. So
Yeah, I mean...
haven't delved into that.
Yeah, we've never been taught this process in 1933 when we ended in bankruptcy to the Federal Reserve. We were never taught that process in school. That government never teaches us that.
No,
No.
come across that.
Yeah.
So let me put you through to him.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate your kindness, ma'am.
You're welcome. Just a minute.
Oh, Lord Jesus, please help us. I may get an answering machine. I may have to leave a message, but I think I got a good point across.
You have reached the voicemail for Sergeant Brad Harkin of the Larimer County Sheriff's Office Professional Standards Unit. Please leave your name, telephone number, and a brief, detailed message, and I will call you back as soon as I can. Thank you.
Please leave a message at the tone. When finished, you may hang up or press pound for additional options.
Hi, Brad. My name is Dwayne. My number is 337-366-5173. I have a question. Well, I'd like to make a statement, and then I have a question for you. I believe that the birth certificate is a contract that enters us into commerce with your legal system, where it turns you into a United States citizen, and now you have to pay for a privilege to drive. I believe that we have a right to travel if we don't contract with the birth certificate. Because in order to get a driver's license, you have to have a birth certificate, which is voluntary. I think that you guys have it backwards. And I think that when a man is traveling down the road, I think that you guys are trying to force commerce, which another definition for commerce is sexual intercourse, interestingly, on another man. Because the Constitution says we have a right to contract, but I think that you guys are using force, coercion, and threats to try to force people into contract. Is this true or false? I would like to see what you have to say about that. Thank you very much. All right. Let's see what I did.